has 8. Dangerous three-point shooting team. 5-point Denver lead. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Stop behind the screen, but not a lot of room over there.
Gilgeous-Alexander rises and scores.
Third player to reach 10,000 career points off the bench.
Perfect setup there for the big man.
Absolutely. Foul circle, a jump shot by the rookie. Gilgeous-Alexander. He's playing the rookie.
Tough shot.
Pretty darn good shot.
That's right.
He knows his man CJ had the big night a couple nights ago. It might need to be his night tonight.
Let's go.
Neck.
Back comes Gilgeous-Alexander with that smooth pull-up.
And somebody's got to step up and make a big shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fall-away banker.
Cost him. The rookie from the line. Understanding of NBA. Alexander returns. Free throw line, mid-range jumper. Very nice. He has 6.
Sam could.
Pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander is just growing up right here in front of our eyes at the age of.
Have to feel pretty good about themselves here as we start the third quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down his first. Gilgeous-Alexander from Hamilton, Ontario.
I like this young man right here. His confidence, he just kind of plays at an easy.
Shot clock is at 9. Screen Harold. Gilgeous-Alexander puts it down. It is the law.
Net points really kept him in that game in the first quarter yesterday. Gilgeous-Alexander answers back. Alexander. 17 letters in his last name. Longest name in NBA history, surpassing Michael. We'll see.
Oubre just knocks down a 3 to make it 18-14. Look, last year I covered the
office for sure, and you got to find a way to speed that up, and you do that by stringing together some stops. So let's see if the Clipper defense can kind of ride.
And Damian knocks down a triple. They needed that. Gilgeous-Alexander in mid-range. Boom, down it goes.
Let's one fly by. Steps in for a 2-pointer. Very nicely done by Shai Gilgeous.
Rick think he's going to settle in against his old team.
Gilgeous-Alexander with a mid-range jump shot.
He's smooth.
And he's not really that quick, so he struggles on the defensive end. And of course, how much does he really want a team like this? And they're successful because of it.
It'll be Gilgeous-Alexander. How about that bang? Tied at 23.
This is an explosive Clipper team. Gilgeous-Alexander makes it a 7 in the quarter. They are now 0 of 3 from 3.
Where they dominated on the interior in the first half, but a lot.
By Avery Bradley, Clippers push the other way. The rookie's baseline jumper is very nicely done.
That guy, and you run into him and he falls, he's going to get the call.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the quick pull-up.
The way in this game that I have in a while.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the contested.
He's really
pull-up
good.
Won't matter. Ties it up.
He's really good. Hey, this is a rookie right here.
Are up by 3. Big Gilgeous-Alexander crosses over, uses the screen by Gortat to freedom and scores
19 a game.
It's great to see him back after all the years struggling with injuries. We always knew he's a world-class talent.
Over Patty Mills.
And Gilgeous-Alexander
attack it.
Clippers have not been able to stop the bleeding from the Thunder scoring in that painted area.
And another contested shot is not.
Ships at sea. We thank you for your service. Enjoy the ball game. Mid-ranger, nicely done by a number 2 scorer. Mid-range again. Same result. Beverly ahead to Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander, that mid-range jump shot again.
Golden State beat Milwaukee, beat San Antonio, won at Portland. Gilgeous-Alexander
attacks the rim. He's aggressive, playing at a high clip, and boy, is he.
Gilgeous-Alexander, so good mid-range.
4 after dropping 4 straight. Lakers lost last night in Sacramento. Nothing but net for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
into the offensive end. Mid-range jump shot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the mid-range jumper, tied 13-6.
Probably one of the most underrated players in the entire league, besides Danilo Gallinari.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going to work. The pick, the roll, the score.
It's pretty. You can see the pace and the patience of Shai.
57, 51. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling the day. An ambassador of the sport, but he's a senator in his country.
Yes, he is, man.
Never thought that he may someday. So Mitchell now starts to the point guard position. Nice job.
Ball movement, and those guys know how to play off each other.
Gilgeous-Alexander, foul circle jumper is good. Well, he's a different player tonight.
To investing in them.
Seeing Bob Myers there in the stands. This is good.
And you plug star players into that, and they've got a chance to be an instant contender with one of those.
Draymond Green's been teed up twice, but one was for a non-unsportsmanlike tee, so he's allowed to stay in the game. And now Durant gets a technical.
There's 3 or 4 guys right there with a nice finish.
He's got 22 points tonight. Now defending Gilgeous-Alexander, who pulls up and scores.
Now they got to get this side figured out so you can stop these role players.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander.
That regard. You got Jordan back on the floor. Dirk's out after a 5-point burst here in the second quarter as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits, just misfired. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. There's another drive by Gilgeous-Alexander, and he scores again.
He's going to really be good.
Off the bounce into the corner to the rookie Gilgeous-Alexander with 3 on the shot clock. He buries it. Shai Gilgeous 7 shots. The Clippers have made 5 of their first 8. Gilgeous-Alexander rattles it down. Shai for Justice Winslow with a couple of assists. Winslow tonight playing in his 18th game as the starting point guard. That's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 8 points.
Alexander rejecting the big 7-footer. Or in recent years, the Clippers very good, the Lakers very bad. Gilgeous-Alexander is
Kawhi Leonard in the paint. Oh, that's a nice stop right there. Look at that move.
and sticks it.
And Gilgeous-Alexander. We continue. Dwayne Casey yesterday talked about post-game. Gilgeous-Alexander turns around, knocks it down Atlanta, New York. The next time they leave town is to travel to Detroit in March. Gilgeous.
But I was concerned about that coming into this game, Chris, because you got a team that's undermanned that can come in and
65-38. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls up for a jump shot baseline and knocks it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the shot clock, and Alexander fires up a deep ball deflected. Picked up by Alexander. He'll take the shot. Jumper's away and good.
He's good at the mid-range.
Gilgeous-Alexander to the elbow. Now a step back jumper is good, and it's 12-7. Screen by Harrow, and here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good looking rookie, 7 points. Back tapped. So an extra possession. Cost the Kings 2 points, though. Yeah. 83-70.
What can happen. So, the guys you're planning on keeping around these supposed free agents you're getting.
And off Beverly. Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing but net.
Into the corner. Patrick for 3. Whoa. No shot clock reset. Jump shot. Mid-range basket is good. 6'8", 275.
It really understands how to use that size.
So many Clipper players up.
Absolutely, Ralph. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. That's what he's out there for. I'll tell you, this guy's off the
behind the line, and maybe he's thinking he should try and do it.
I mean, Brooks didn't shoot it at all until 3 years ago. Gallinari back to Shai. The rookie rises and scores. So far, the Pacers have had an answer each time the Clippers try to hit him with a haymaker. Gilgeous.
Good penetration and finding the open man in the corner, and Love knocks it down.
Kevin, 45% in those scenarios is SG.
Tonight he is 1 for 6 from the field, and he's had 20 points in like 10 straight games.
Three-pointer by Lopez off the front of the rim. At the free throw line, Shai.
One going. Must be working for him.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander creates some space, fires and scores. This local kid from University High School here in LA. Elbow jumper. He's just about automatic.
For the summer to acquire free agents, Clippers could not be in a better spot right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Like a college zone. Into the paint. Right in the teeth of the zone against the shot.
And like you beat a college zone.
How important it is for the Clippers.
When you look at who they put out there. Absolutely.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Each other out, but now they're playing together. Gilgeous-Alexander. I just don't know if they have enough firepower to play against a very talented Boston team.
Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down the mid-range
score, but he's been an outstanding passer in this league for quite a while.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a rookie with his first screen, makes his drive, goes at Curry. He's got the 2 fouls. Gilgeous-Alexander, that mid-range game, Doc Rivers. Gilgeous-Alexander, pull-up jumper's good. 18 subpar for him in the first 3 games. Gilgeous-Alexander left wide open and scores again. Pull-up jumper over Curry. Knocks it down. 23.
That rejection. Gilgeous-Alexander, the mid-ranger. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander working, firing, scoring.